I'm Meg Turney, and I like anime.
I'm Ross Everett, and I prefer, oh yeah, cartoons!
Oh, it's the guy who made Johnny Bravo.
Do the monkey with me! For those of you who are new to the show, we watch the first 2 episodes of an anime so that I can get a feel for what it's about, and Meg can help walk me through this new world of anime and see if we'd be interested in watching more of it and pursuing the rest of the series.
This week we watched Magi! Labyrinth of Magic, which is basically an Aladdin story, kind of on its head a little bit.
A bit, in that it has an Aladdin character in it, being Aladdin. And there is a genie, which is called a Jinn, and now he's Udo was his name?
Ubo.
Ubo, not Abu. There was no Abu.
I know, you were really upset. Each time Ross finished one of the episodes, he was like, no Abu.
There's no
still.
Abu yet. Someone spoil it for me. Does he come on later? Because if not, I'm not watching the rest of this.
No.
I am such a die-hard Aladdin fan of the musical that I feel like this was set up to fail from the very beginning.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to be all on board.
No, I'm an Aladdin purist. And by Aladdin purist, I mean what they did to the original by Disney. I'm a Disney purist. This series, we have a young, very frustrating version of Aladdin who is eating melons, and then his soon-to-be friend, not quite yet friend, Alibaba kind of takes the brunt of Aladdin's thievery. Which isn't thievery, it's just like stumbling into closets and eating fruit.
And also into baskets when he takes them home and he eats all the
Oh
apples.
gosh, and like he just does like this thing with his eyes, and it looks like honestly it reminded me of like talking to a rat. Like it's just like these kind of like dead eyes, like
I loved it!
I couldn't
it's so
stand
cute.
it.
I
was
loved
like,
when he finds him with the watermelons, and he's in the dark, and he's all adorable.
and then he motorboats one of the Sultan's guards. And by the way, forgive me if I start referring to these characters as their counterparts in the Disney movie, because it's all I know. Can you imagine if that was in the one jump? What are you doing to me? Oh,
we gotta talk about. Yeah. Why do you have booze if you're a man?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved Aladdin. I thought he was adorable. He eats everything because he's helping people with Ubo, and
we find out that he does need the energy in his stomach in order to call upon his headless genie that comes out of a flute. I think I wasn't able to give this a fair shot simply because I was so perturbed at how much it was not like the Disney movie. Like, it's really unfair. Let me see if I can separate myself from it. No.
Did you feel like the dungeons, did they remind you of the part where the genie in the Disney version like breaks up the castle and then Aladdin is in the sand in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, it definitely does. I like the idea of these dungeons that you go through, and if you beat them you get riches and you can buy land. Like that appeals to me in the same way that Sword Art Online does.
It was very Sword Art Online.
Where it's like you have to go and do this thing, but then like his magic turban helps, and I'm wondering like why isn't Aladdin bearing the brunt of this weight? It seems like him and this genie could probably breeze through this thing on their own.
I don't know, they need, I was reading a little bit more about the series, and it seems like people who are Magi like pair up with people who are dungeon like clearers, like people who go through dungeons together, they kind of pair up together.
Okay.
So that they can be, like Aladdin is not very focused, he seems kind of all over the place.
Yeah, a little ADD.
And a little ADD, he'd probably get burned to death, you know, like in the fire water or whatever at the beginning. He needed Alibaba to save him from the fire water. So they're a team.
And I like what they did with like the you get one wish, because I was like, no, first of all, it's 3 wishes. We all know this. There's a song. But you get one wish, and the wish was, I wish you would be my friend, which is just like that was like a really nice touching moment, and like you get that same wish to Alibaba. I mean, like, Alibaba really has no reason to do it. He's not bound by any kind of genie code to be his friend. But the whole thing with, like, the wine and, like, his friend getting stuck in, like, the weird Venusaur looking thing. Yeah. And then it took Aladdin a while to even, like, be like, oh, I should help out here. And it's just,
well, he was just, like, he felt bound by, he wanted to do something, but he knew that his boss would be upset, and I don't know, I liked that he jumped in, he saves the slave girl,
yes,
and then she also survives the temple with them.
Well, I was hoping that when she was running up the wall at the end of episode 2, that she was like going to get them and like instead of like bring them back down, go away with them.
Yeah.
But she seems kind of helpless.
Beast mode, by the way. She
yeah,
was like, oh, wall? I'll just run up it.
Well, the sword happy guy, and I call him sword happy because brother likes to stab.
He just like, I said my coffee should be black.
Okay, well, we make it.
It's ridiculous.
It's not even enough to kill. It's just a nuisance. Just like you're gonna bleed out a little bit.
Does it to Alibaba too.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
Jesus. I need that. That was a cool moment. Just from like a writing standpoint, where he puts his hand in the dragon, the tornado takes him up, and then like he tells you that he mistranslated it on purpose, and that he knew what he was doing all along. That was really cool for me because I was like, oh, he can't be dead. Because it's like, this is like, clearly the story is about these two friends going through this dungeon together. So I was wondering how they were going to do it, and I'm always excited when they can bring back a character in a way that I didn't see coming. So good on you, fake Aladdin. What kind of anime was this?
So this is a shonen anime. The manga debuted in 2009 in Weekly Shonen Sunday. And it's actually very new. Like 2009 was when the manga premiered, but then the TV show actually ended in March of last year. So it's barely a year old. This anime that we're watching just wrapped up a year ago.
Are you going to continue watching it?
I think so. I like Aladdin. He is very sweet to me and very cutesy, and I want to see where their story goes.
I'm not going to continue watching this. It's too frustrating. It's too frustrating. There are 0 whole new worlds, 0 jumps ahead of the bad guys. No Abu. No Abu?
No Abu.
No Abu! No Abu. Ross is out. So what are we gonna watch next week?
Next week is Bleach.
Delicious. So if you guys want to watch Bleach with us, you go to crunchyroll.com/sfnerd, get yourself a free premium trial, allow you to watch the episodes, film your review, and you can upload it using the hashtag SFNBleach. And then you can appear at the end of the video just like these folks.
I do like that the plot of this is sort of the idea of being true to yourself and you can do whatever you want type of thing.
I think that is kind of like the overarching theme of what the show wants you to keep guessing every episode. What's this person's whole reason for doing what they're doing? Because you don't really know that much about the characters.
So I wasn't entirely sure what to think about this particular anime. There was some strange moments in it, but I have come to sort of expect that from anime anyways, so it's not totally beyond character.
So I'm probably alone on the way I feel about this animation style, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. I like this animation. I think it's beautiful. I think it's better suited for video games. Like, to me, this seemed like it was more kind of like Star Ocean or Eternal Sonata.
What's up, everybody? This is Pretty Princess Sparklefart. Yeah, thanks, SourceFed. What I like about it is there is a lot of violence. So, I mean, as a guy, I'm into that. There's also a lot of comedy in it. So they have that comedic aspect. It's not a super serious, violent anime, kind of like Attack on Titan was. So I like the contrast there. And the storyline is honestly really, really good. Like, the way they portray it, oh, it's fantastic.
An easy storytelling tool with character development is to have a character who doesn't know anything about his life previously. In this particular series, the boy named Aladdin is trying to find out who he is, what he is, and what his purpose in life. If you want a shonen anime that keeps you going each episode, I definitely recommend this anime.
Didn't read about any Abus. No
At
monkey
the end,
friends.
does he go, "Genie, I wish you free"?
He wished a bunch of slaves free.
Doesn't count.
Sort of the same.
Slaves aren't genies.